Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and welcome back to our 25 Days of Animal Crossing series here on my channel. Welcome to day 10. We are almost halfway through this series and I am so excited because I'm starting to hit a little bit of a design block, a little bit of a I don't want to play, which is, not where I want to be. We're coming up on the day where I had to stop last year because I had so much anxiety and stuff going on, and I really am hoping to power through this year. But we'll see what happens. We may have to do a couple of small episodes with just fillers. If I do Happy Home Paradise, which I'm still deciding on, we may just do a couple episodes of doing the inside of my villagers' houses. We'll do the outsides on different videos, or we may just do each villager's home inside outside for an episode, and that'll take care of 8 episodes. I have to decide what I'm doing with my house. I usually don't decorate the inside of my house. But that could also be a fun episode. As you can tell, I am talking a little bit louder. My throat is feeling much better, but my husband is also at work. I was home this weekend because it was my weekend off, and I love the man, but I hate trying to do video voice recordings when he's home. Because he's over in his game room doing his stuff. He's on chat with friends, which is awesome. And I don't want to have to tell him to stop that while I record. My microphone's usually pretty good about not picking up his voice, but I would rather just be safe than sorry. So I try and do stuff when he's still sleeping if I wake up before him. But this weekend was a little wonky with my throat, so it just worked out to not do voiceovers for the main portions of the video. Hopefully I will be able to keep up with the rest of the videos because we are only 14, no, you can count, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, well, no, we'll be here forever if I try and do that. I can't math without something in front of me to do the math for me like a calculator. But where we are standing, let me bring up my map, is almost directly in the center. And as you can see, I extended the land bridge a little bit, but you can see from all the terraforming in front of the museum and resident services and in front of Nooks and all that are those builds. I don't usually put in-game pathing underneath my road codes, and with the path I ended up swapping over to, it was just going to look weird. I may go back through and put some under there. I haven't decided yet. With the sunken pathway, it'll look really weird. But I'm going to run out of room. And this build today is actually going to have to be in 2 parts. It's going to have to be today and tomorrow because it's so big. And I have so much other stuff to do today. Today's my 1 day off before I work for the next 5 days. I'm recording this the day before it goes live. I'm trying to get myself a little bit of a buffer back up again. But I have to clean the entire house, which actually won't take too long. I've actually gotten much better about how messy my living space used to be. My game room is still a nightmare, but that's okay. Laundry, Christmas tree, it desperately needs to go up. At least one of them. I have 5. I think I'm only going to do 1. And I have to, do recording and editing and stuff in between all of that. So I'm hopeful. That's why I'm cutting this into 2 parts. So for today, as you can see the terraforming I'm standing on, I already have the incline in. Because I went ahead and built this once and tore it down that way, I made sure it would work. So this is going to be a castle in the middle of an amusement / theme park, and we have a ton of space to work with. I did extend this pathing in the train tracks to act as like a tunnel underneath the sunken pathway. We have all of this area to work with. Behind the museum, I think is going to be like a small Christmas market or something like that. Have not fully decided about that one yet, but we have all this room to work with for a theme park. So what we are going to do today is going to be the castle. So you've got the main part right here. This is as far as you're going to be able to walk. I'm not going to let you go any further. It makes great pictures though. And then this side, we're going to extend a little bit just to meet up with this terraforming. I may knock down this little bit here just so I can put up castle walls and make everything even. That's going to be either gift shop or a restaurant. And then, of course, this side will be what doesn't go on the other side, so either a gift shop or a restaurant. And then right in front will be all the rides. So the teacup ride, merry-go-round, Ferris wheel, the plaza game stands, maybe some stalls with some snacks and stuff. You know, you want your carnival food that is not in the restaurant. So that's what we're working on for today. This is actually the second time I have recorded this intro because the first time I forgot to turn my mic on. We're off to a fantastic start. I'm going to send you guys over to VoiceOverMe since my throat is feeling much better. My husband's not home. Love the man, but I don't have to worry about my microphone picking up his voice. I'm going to go ahead and do my voiceovers. So I'm going to send you over to VoiceOverMe, and I will see you guys back here again for the outro and the beauty shots. Enjoy the video. Alright, hello, it is VoiceOverMe. It's been a while since we've really been able to talk. I hope everyone is doing well. As you can tell from my intro, and of course now I am feeling much better, at least for the time being. We'll see what happens when I get back to work. But I started off just putting down the same road code that I have now put all over my island. Let me tell you, when I first downloaded that and put it over the road code I had been using, oh my god, the shopping district was a nightmare. It gave me such a headache. But thankfully, it was easy enough to fix. Otherwise, I think I may have cried. But to start us off, I was just gathering out some castle items. I got towers, walls. I stand in the wrong spot for both towers. I grabbed some simple panels. The first two, well, at least the first one that I put down is actually one of the castle doors. I do have another panel with that customization on it. So that means I had to go back and get another one with this lattice design on it. Yep, see, standing in the wrong spot. Both towers. What are you gonna do? But this is how I am starting the castle, and you'll see as I go through a lot, as I go through the video and the build and everything, I do look up to make sure everything's looking a-okay. I grab out two more simple panels. Yep, in case I grabbed the other one with the door, which I did. But then we've got the lattice, and we are going to go in with the walls, and we are just building a castle. Now, from the front, this looks really, really good, which is why the front view is the only one I'm really going to give you guys. Although, if you want to go up to the top of the stairs, use your camera, look at the rest of it, you can. It's not going to be very pretty, though. I had built this before I pulled it all down and put it back up, and there were a couple things I couldn't quite remember where I had everything because I didn't take pictures or nothing. So everything's a little bit different, but it is what it is, you know? So I'm just going in with the gates and then trying out the fence, and this is where I will realize that I need my ladder because I'm going to get myself stuck. So I run over and get my ladder, and then we will get back to building, which the castle is basically just straightforward. It's not a perspective build per se, like Mercia Stone's Emerald City Castle that she did. I forget exactly who gave her the inspiration. I'll see if I can find it for that. If you guys don't know her channel, check her out. She's amazing. We're just putting in the doors, and then we are going to start building the rest of the castle behind this, which I put in the castle wall just to make sure you can't see any sky from behind the doors or above the doors. That was my OBS glitching a little bit. It's doing it less now, but I think that's because I didn't have my Internet Explorer opened while I was doing this. Normally I do, just because I've got Pinterest pulled up for any other inspiration I need or any codes that I need. I always have my YouTube pulled up. I have my channel pulled up on my laptop, just so that way, you know, I don't forget which day I am recording. And then I usually have YouTube playing on my TV where I'm watching a video. I'll have my email pulled up because I'm emailing thumbnails and stuff back and forth, so that way I can use CapCut and get those put together. You know, I have all kinds of stuff going on. So I think that was part of the problem. I have done just about everything I can to try and get my OBS to cooperate, so I'm just going to have to work with it and edit out any major glitches and black screens. That's just about basically all I can do. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll make it work. I had to drop back down to the ground so that way I could put up some terraforming. That way I could put the rest of the walls and gates in. As I am putting this together, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope your holiday season is doing well. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas. For those of us in retail, unfortunately, it seems to be getting worse and worse. I really don't know what it is. I mean, it's every year, you know, we get a lot of people who are in bad moods and they take it out on the poor cashiers, but it seems to be really, really bad this year, and I don't know what's going on, like why it is that way, but I don't understand it. Like, this is the time of year we're supposed to be nice to each other. Why is everybody being so mean? Anyway, before I go on a tangent about that, because I could talk for hours, and I know I've already shared some shopping nightmare videos or stories in another video. Oh, excuse me. I ate a pizza before I did this, and that's not exactly good for the well, it's not heartburn, but the silent burps, I guess. But this was the part where I realized that I need a couple of castle walls, and I remember correctly, I do go in and move the gate. I am putting up these little bits of terraforming. I do put a couple of bubble machines up there to try and keep the underwater feel going, but I don't think it's going to be something you're really going to be able to see. I will have to work them into the rest of this build tomorrow, and potentially the day after. I was planning on, as I said in the intro, only doing this in 2 parts, but I think it may end up having to be 3. Just because, you know, it's a really, really, really big area. And I don't want to have to try and obviously build the entire area, castle, restaurant, gift shop, rides, you know, all that sort of stuff, and try and condense it down into just one, you know, single video. So we're going to do it in a couple of parts. This is where I realized I needed to move the gate over a bit, and then couldn't realize why I wasn't walking. I was on the wrong part of the terraforming. Which, well, you know, when you can't see anything, what are you gonna do? Now here's where I'm placing the bubble machines. Now, I do go in later and try to put some on top of the towers, which would work great if you could turn them on once they get to the top of the tower. Because, unfortunately, you can't. Which is a little bit annoying. So when I end the video, you'll see that there is nothing on top of the towers. I don't think it's really going to matter because unless you're, I mean, when you stand up on the top of the incline, you'll be able to see up there, but otherwise you won't. So I may not worry about it. We'll see as I get closer to finishing this area. You'll see that I grabbed the other bubble machines, I grabbed the last wall I need, and as you can see from this angle, the castle's not very pretty. I thought about putting my house inside the castle, but I just would have made the castle bigger than I really wanted it to be. Probably, well, yeah, actually, yeah, it would have been looking at the terraforming and counting the spaces real quick. I could do that real quick, but I can't count how many days are from now until Christmas. There you see I'm trying to turn on the bubble machines. It didn't work on that tower. Figured, you know what? Be on the safe side. Try it on the other one. Maybe it's me. It was not. So, unfortunately, those 2 bubble machines on the back, which you're not really going to be able to notice, are at the moment the only 2 bubble machines that are in this castle. I thought about trying to work some more towards the front, but I don't know that I want to move everything over one space on either direction, so that way I can do that because I think that's just going to look weird. But I went ahead and surrounded the terraforming with more of my road code, and we are going to start pulling out the castle items, simple panels, and all that to work on the bottom of the castle, which is basically just wash, rinse, repeat of the outside of the top of the castle. Pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy if you ask me. I'm running out of breath. I gotta start scripting these videos, but this is where I tried to see if I wanted the pillar in the center because they are going to be lined up with the one at the top for the moment. I will go back in and fix that later by moving the one on the top over and pulling the walls forward and everything. That is just... Dang it, I lost my train of thought. Oh my god, ADHD. Hello? Anyway, I'll just let you guys listen to some music while I see if I can't get my train of thought back. I'll catch you in a minute once I figure out what I was talking about. And nope, we're still gone. But that's okay. So at this point, I am just putting down some lattice simple panels in the front, and then I go around and do all of this pathway. Well, not all the way around, but I at least go ahead and do the front, just so that way I can add the rest of the simple panels and the tower in. You saw that I pulled out the illuminated snowflakes just for something a little bit brighter. And I do really like these pillars. I thought about using the ruined ones, but for this build, these ones just worked. And you'll see here, this is where I am swapping everything around and moving the pillars down with the shell lamps still on top. And I left in so that way we can all laugh at my misery. I left in the part coming up right here where I am actually going to get stuck. Because if I tried to put in the fence where I wouldn't have gotten stuck, it was going to be backwards. And I didn't feel like pulling down the entire build just so that way I can get out of there, which means we gotta call rescue services. And it's the first time I've called rescue services, so he's gonna give me the whole spiel. Yes, please help. Please help. Plaza, because it's literally right there. It's a little terrifying for the operator to not know which button to press, but that's okay. So we have safely landed, and now we are going to get back to work, and you can kind of see how the castle looks as you're running up towards it. I absolutely love it. I put the simple panels in the front, and this is where I realized, like I said, that I had switched some things around at some point, and I was 2 simple panels short compared to having enough before. And I still don't know exactly what got swapped around. I'm not going to worry about it. I just love how this looks. So we're going to run back and grab 2 more simple panels and get them customized with the lattice customization on them. I actually had to grab some customization kits because I thought I was good to go. You know, I had customized everything. I've been to Treasure Islands. I'm set for at least the next 2 videos, which is good because I think the next 2 videos are also going to be centered around this build. Which honestly will make my life easier for a couple of days because I will need something to go live on Wednesday when I close, because I'm not going to have a lot of time to do anything, just so that way, you know, after work I could maybe edit or something. I'm going to go through and add the outside of the pathing now. You can see I went, well, I didn't quite go all the way around. I just did this front bit for right now, started the pathing forward. I am so in love with this path code. I think for sure it's definitely going to get used on a different island theme. I might use it on a pastel Halloween theme again. I could try Goth Fairy Core because it's got that black in it. I am not goth by any means, but I think it'd be fun to try out, you know, just a little something different. I haven't touched my other Switch where I was trying to get to an island to where I could do my entrance series, so that I probably should work on at some point tonight. And I still haven't put the Christmas tree up as of doing this voiceover, which I also need to do. I did start my laundry, though. So I did get one thing done. House isn't cleaned, but I did get the laundry started. It's the only downside about difference in mine and my husband's work schedules. Me doing this on the side of my full-time job, which I still would love to quit eventually, but yeah, it is what it is. I just, with my ADHD, I focus in on one thing, which right now is 25 days of Animal Crossing. It's giving me something to do. It's giving me something to work on. Despite the fact, like I said in the intro, I'm starting to kind of hit that block, which I think is why I'm going to go ahead and split this build up into 3 days, just to, you know, spread it out a little bit, make it easier on me, and the videos won't be, you know, 4 hours long. But cleaning has kind of been falling to the wayside. I mean, it does anyway. I hate to clean. I'm so bad about it. I had a few spurts when I was younger where I would throw on a movie and clean. But with just the one TV down in the apartment part of the house that really has a working DVD player, that's a little hard for me to put on my cleaning movies, as I call them, which are basically Swan Princess 1, 2, and 3. But you'll see there, I just put down the rest of the bathing. So cleaning kind of falls to the wayside. And I have thought about just hiring somebody to come in and do it, but your girl doesn't make that much money. So she's got to do it by herself. Trash tends to build up, which is really sad because I have a dumpster right behind the house. I can just run out and take it out there. Dishes pile up, even though we have a dishwasher. Like, hello, you don't have to hand wash dishes anymore. Why aren't you washing? Why aren't you putting them in the dishwasher? I think I need to get back on my ADHD meds, and that's something I've talked about for years and years and years, but I don't have a schedule to where I can take it same time every day, afternoon boost if I need it, and then have it wearing off at the same time every day where it's not going to mess with my, you know, closing shifts at work. When I open, it's not that big of a deal, you know, I take it in the morning, it's wearing off by the time I'm coming home, so that way, you know, the energy bursts I can deal with home. If I'm closing, my med's gonna, you know, wear off at like 5:30, you know, 5:30, potentially even earlier, and the next thing you know, I'm gonna be bouncing off the walls at the store, and that's not gonna be fun for anybody. So that is also something I need to look into if potentially, you know, if this takes off, or I've talked about doing like floral arrangements, just something on the side. So if that takes off, because I'm in the floral department at my job, which I've mentioned before, I hate and I love. It's a love-hate relationship. They're fake flowers, so thankfully I can't kill them. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the rest of the video, and I will see you guys over at the outro, and then I will see you guys tomorrow with day 11? Yeah, 11. Okay, I can count. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. right, you guys, and with that, the castle itself is done. I did not do the gift shop or the restaurant today. I actually think I may save those for either tomorrow's video or as just a separate video by itself. Oh, Sprinkle's doing the zoomies. She's so adorable. But there's not going to be much for beauty shots today since I really didn't do much with the sides of the castle. You'll see the front one, so that'll be about the only beauty shot we got, which is fine. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you wish. And if you're just hanging out, you know, that is fine too. And I will see you guys tomorrow. That is a really crappy shot. There we go. I will see you guys tomorrow with day 11 of my 25 Days of Animal Crossing series. I'm going to go eat some dinner and potentially put up the Christmas tree. So I will send you guys over to the beauty shots and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!